Hey, thank you so much. Especially, I wanted to say thank you so much to God for giving me a special time for today. So today's a Sunday. So today's a bless, right? And then I'm stay awake. Yeah, when I wake up in the morning, and then I feel very fresh this morning. So and then yeah, and then the secondly, I want to say thank you so much to Pastor David and uh, uh, Pastor yes, I'm a baby, no, so my baby, for giving me this an opportunity. So yeah, my actually my name. We'll start with my name. Yeah, I think 10 minutes is too much for me. I think I'm gonna. I will try only maybe I think 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah. My name is Ner Mu, and I'm a Korean, and I was born and raised in the refugee camp in Mela, and I grew up in there. Um, I went to the high school. We call it Eden Valley Academy, and I graduated there. And before I graduated there, and then at the times, I just follow my heart, and I go to school every day, and then my school, and then they provide like every week, not every week, every mornings. Every mornings we have a chapel, and then we go to school, and then we praying, worshiping every mornings as a Christian school. But at that times I don't feel like God touching me, and then I feel like I'm just a regular human that don't know God, and then I don't believe in God as well. So I started hanging out with my friends, and then I follow my heart. I use drugs, and then I drank alcohol a lot. So and yeah, when I was in the ninth grade and ninth grader, and then yeah, I did not pass, and then I failed the exam. So because of I don't read at that time, and then I don't know how to do my exam. That's why I failed. And but I stayed in the ninth grader for 2 years. And then after that, I passed, and then I continued my education. I started changing my life a little bit. And then because I do have some of the friends who supporting me, and then I changed my life a little bit. I connect myself more with God. And then I graduated very well through the Eden Valley Academy at the 12th graders. And after that, I teaching 1 years. I taught at a Mela refugee camp as a teacher 1 year. And after that, my family got an opportunity to move to the Europe, to the Netherlands. And then I went there. And then my life is, and then turning back again, and then hang out with my friends. At that time, at that place, I don't have a lot of friends with the Koreans at there, with as my age. And then I have like other minorities, others, uh, people like Moroccans and the Swiss people, Switzerland's people, and also the I remember my friends Polish people, and then we hang out every night. We used a lot of drugs and alcohols, and then we mix a lot at that time. At that time, so I was fell, and then I don't want to go to church anymore. I don't believe in God anymore. And then I very scared of the yeah, like the Lucifer. I worry that if I do something wrong, if I go back to believe in God, Lucifer going to punish me, something like that. And then I trust that in this earth is the most powerful person is Lucifer, something like that. At the time, and then I don't believe in God, and then I go to church because my parents call me, okay, invite me to go to church. I just, yeah, go to church, but I don't believe in God. And then after that, but God has arranged a very best thing for me. And then I stay connected with my girlfriends, and now it's my wife, my wife, and then now, and then she is a really good person, in my life, and then God has arranged a special wife for me, and then she teach me, and then she guides me all the way in my life, from the Netherlands to the USA. And when I came in here, and then I started, and then at first I talked to her that okay, I changed my life. I don't drink, I don't smoke, everything. And then I try to be act like a good person, something like that. But later I started to, drinking, introduce myself again, drinking, started drinking, and then I became alcoholic again. So that is really hard to stop. In my life, I have never thought about working in the community, working to support the youth, like you guys age, and then yeah, I have never thought about that. And but God has a plan for me that, and then I got a job at the Korean organization of Minnesota, and then I started working as a community health educator, and then I tried my best to because when I came into US, and then because English is not my first language, English is my third, fourth languages. That's why I have to struggle a lot. I have to struggle a lot, and then I went to school. I continued my educations, and then um, yeah, I got a job there. And then when I got a job there, and then I still continue my educations, and then I yeah end up going to pursue another certifications at St. Catherine University, and then that is a blast because of the because of God. God has arranged everything for me, and then now I have been working with the Korean community almost 11 years as a community health educator. So currently I'm doing community health educators and especially with the youth and also parents as well. And then my focus is only substance use prevention educations. I provided those education to the youth and parents. And because I want the youth to connect themselves to school, to churches, and then to the community, and then to do the good things. And then because in the Korean community right now, we have seen many of the Korean youth struggling with the mental health, struggling with the substance use, and then kind of like a stealing stuff, so catalytics, and then ends up at the jails, juvenile detentions, all this kind of stuff. So that's why, and God has arranged everything for me to be a part of the community, and then supporting my community, provide the educations to the community, and become a good role model for the community. That is why, and then the three Bible verses that I really love are Psalm. Number one is Psalm 91. Yeah, Psalm 91 is a very powerful that God has promised to us. And then the other one is Psalm 46. And the other one is Philippians 4, verse 4. And then before I read that Bible verses, because my wife gave me those Bible verses, and at that time I fall in the scary. I was in the depressions. The time when I tried to stop quitting the alcohol, the other substances, and tobaccos, and then maybe any of you who experience using substances, the time when you quit for those, and stop using those, that is a very, very hard to be sober, very hard, kind of like addictions. For example, I don't want to blame the youth, I don't want to blame anyone. For example, like us, every morning we wake up, we get a phone, we touch phone, we look at the Facebook, right? For us, if we don't have phones for a couple of days, maybe I think we kind of cravings, right? So kind of that. And then maybe I think some of you guys, maybe I saw it now. Uh, uh, um, I forgot your name. Yeah, because we try to, play around with our devices and something like that. And then I feel like when before I stop using those, and then for me it's really hard to stop. So I experienced one big thing: the time when I stop. Why I can stop using substances? Because God sends two angels for me. I don't blame them. I don't blame them because they came and then they robbed me. Because I talked to my wife that I don't drink anymore, but like a cold turkey, and then I just go at the back of my car, the trunk, open my trunk, and then I, heat in and then drinks all the times, all the times. And that's happened to me very often. So, and then God has a plan for me that God, not God punish me, God teach me. So, and then he lets two angels came into me and then beat me badly. I have my head cuts, I broke my knees, everything. I fell down on the ground. And then I just remember only one word that, dear Lord, please help me and save me. So I don't know. And then when I wake up, I feel like I'm dizzy, something like that, bleeding the whole of my body. So, and after that, there's two guys stand up and then run away. I don't see any cars coming there, but maybe I think that um, God showed them anything or something like that. But I don't know. I know that only one thing, that God has arranged everything for me, and after that, I changed my life. I stopped it 100%, and then now been 7 or 8 years. Yeah, then I stay sober. I'm not going back to drink anymore. And then I become a good role model for the young generation, the youth, and then continue providing educations. Right now, I provide education at schools, in the simple public schools, and also in the communities, and especially youth and parents, because I want the parents to understand what kind of these substances, why kids are interested, and then want to use the substances, something like that. And sometimes because of they want to experiment, because sometimes because of their friends, peers, because of the peer pressure, something like that. So because of that, that's why I want to provide those education to the parents and also to the youth, how to cope with the stress and cope with those kind of uh, problems. That's why. And then I end up working within my communities for 11 years right now. So that is a blessing. So I want to say thank you so much to God for has arranged everything for me. And then the secondly, yeah, I want to say thank you so much to my wife for supporting me. And then until now, and then go through together with me. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, and then so every family's go like that. But and God has arranged everything for us. And then a special God has arranged for the pastor for us, and then the church members in here. So working very, very peaceful, very, very supportive. So I'm here standing in front of you, and thanks God for giving things for the whole of the families, the whole of the communities, and also the whole of our future countries, Kothule, and also in Burma. We wish that our country back in our hometowns will become a peaceful country one day. Thank you.